Hi, I'm Mark Sherry, and I'm the director of the New Music Alliance. And I'm here today via Zoom with young singer-songwriter Louie Phipps of Northampton, Massachusetts. And we're also joined by Louie's dad and mom. Hi, Louie.
Hi,
How you doing today?
doing good, doing good.
So, when I say young singer-songwriter Louie Phipps, I mean really young singer-songwriter Louie Phipps. How old are you now, Louie?
9.
9. Okay. Well, it may seem old to you, but it's pretty young for a singer-songwriter. So, first of all, when did you first start playing music?
I think I started playing at 3. Um, for some holiday, I got a Elmo ukulele, just a plastic Elmo ukulele. Um, and I loved it, so I just go around the house just playing non, just some weird notes. And then I got a real deal ukulele at the age of 5, and so that's when I started taking lessons. And
So, when
um,
you first started to play, Louie, at 3, when you got that first Elmo ukulele, what was it that was it just, you just liked, the ukulele because it was fun, or was there something about playing music that really attracted you?
um, well, my dad would play music all around the house of all genres. So already from the beginning, I was really into music. And when I got the uke, I was so excited that I could make that music, even if it didn't sound very good. And so just knowing that I could play play this ukulele um, was a big inspiration.
Uh-huh. And so when did when did you actually start writing songs?
I think the first song that I ever wrote was at the age of 7.
And what made you want to start writing songs?
I don't know. Um, I don't know. I mean, maybe just at one point, just the idea sparked into my mind, and I liked it, so I went for it. And it
Go
might have been
ahead.
it might have been 6 or 7 when I started writing.
Mm-hmm. And when you say the idea stuck in your head and you liked it, what was it about it that you liked?
Just that, just that, just when I tried to write my own music, I liked it because I don't know, but I found this attractiveness to it, and that it was so fun,
Just made you
and
feel
that
good
yeah,
to
it
be
was
able to create something?
and it was so entertaining that I just wanted to write more.
Uh-huh. And so do you have now, I guess, or have you used any kind of like a process to write a song? Like how do you go about writing it? Do you write the music first or the lyrics? Or how do you write a song?
Um, it's been either way, but during COVID, it's usually been the chords first, and then I'll write some lyrics. And how I've been doing a from the youth performance festival. Um, there the youth performance festival gave me we had mentors, and so and the youth performance festival is this local. I think it happens at the Performance for Arts,
The Northampton Center for the Arts.
Uh-huh.
and so that's just for. It's really fun. You can just there's a few subjects you can take, and they'll just give you someone who does that. And so Corey Lateman was my mentor, and we got along really nicely. And after COVID hit, we were on a walk in the woods and we met one of my dad's friends on a Nyack,
Hmm.
and he said, "Hey, you should reach out to Corey. I bet they'll be down for something during the pandemic." And so we did, and so that's how this songwriting trade happened. And so every 2 weeks, me and Corey meet up via FaceTime, and we've come up with a theme for that week, and then we've written a song based on that theme. And so yeah, and so we each write a song based on that theme.
So many of our listeners will have just heard your song Bird of Freedom. And can you tell us a little bit about that song?
As you can imagine, the theme for that song was freedom. And I wanted to write something that didn't include people in particular. I wanted it to be about something that was free in a way from the ground. So I wrote about a bird.
Mm.
And my ukulele teacher, Robin Hoffman, who works at Downtown Sounds, had recently taught me a little picking pattern, which is the chorus for that song. And so I used that picking pattern to create that chorus. And then I would come up with lyrics and put those in.
Mm.
And then I'd throw in a few chords. And that's how the song came about.
So is there something in particular you wanted to say with the lyrics in that song?
There wasn't anything in particular that I wanted to say. It was just for a theme that week.
That's a beautiful song that you put together there.
Yeah.
This is Mark Sherry. I'm here with 9-year-old singer-songwriter Louie Phipps. Now, Louie, you've already appeared on the NPR National Radio with Chris Teal, and that's really cool. And you've got to be really proud of this recognition of your songwriting talents. How do you feel about that?
Being on the show with Chris Thiele was magnificent. It was because I had never been close to being on a radio show ever before. And how it started out was that on Twitter, you could post some songs that you had written. And so I was just thinking, what the heck? And so we posted 3. I think it was Barry Bush's, which was the song on Live From Here. I think it was Poor Chickadee, which is another one of my songs, and one more that I'm forgetting. And anyways, to our surprise, we found that Chris Thiele had picked Barry Bush's to be on the show. And yeah. And then
So, Dad, can you add anything to that about how this came about?
Yeah, I think Louis pretty much said it, but just to give a little background. So when lockdown first occurred in March, Live From Here became Live From Home. And in the spirit of, everyone going through the pandemic together communally, Thiele began an open mic on Live From Home's Twitter page. So that's where we posted the videos, and and Thiele liked them. He gave Louie an attaboy, and then on Twitter, and then they reposted, and then shortly thereafter, we got an out of the blue call inviting Louie to guest on the show and do an interview and a duet with Chris, and so that was a real beautiful moment for Louie.
So Louie, you're going to be releasing your first album very soon.
And very soon.
Yeah, and you've got a list of some pretty talented musicians who play along with you on your album. Can you tell us who they are? Dad?
Yeah, well, as I named Corey Lateman, is on there playing along to Poor Chickadee, and on Nyack is mixing the album, and also on almost every song on it as well.
Wow, that's great. Yeah. And Anand's a great guitar player.
Yeah.
Yeah. And any other musicians, Dad, that you can remember?
There's Suitcase Junket, which is a local musician around here. You might know him as Matt Lorenz.
Uh-huh.
Then there's also Chris Eldridge from the Punch Brothers, from Chris Steely's band.
Right. And Chris Steely plays with you on one song as well?
Yeah, Barry Bush is gonna be on there. So yeah.
Great. So let me ask you, of all the songs you've written so far, do you have a favorite?
That would be hard to pick. I like them all. But
That's
for my
okay.
favorite
You don't
to
have to
play-
pick one. It's
for my
okay.
favorite to play,
Mhm.
I'd go with "To Save This Nation," which Anand and Jim Armenti, another one of the local musicians around here, plays on.
Aha. Oh, great. And besides your dad, did anybody in particular inspire you about, with your music?
Well, from the age of, well, when I got my Elmo uke,
Were you inspired by Elmo?
no, but I was really into Johnny Cash then.
Oh, really? Oh,
And I think that grew a little spark in me. And one of my new songs actually has a Ghost Riders in the song Beat, which is a song that Johnny Cash plays. And then of course the Beatles was another inspiration for me. I think the Talking Heads got me going too.
hmm.
I think those were about the three main musicians.
Those are three very solid inspirations there. So,
Yeah.
Louie, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. We wish you all the best. And I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more great music from you for a long time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh, our pleasure. This is Mark Sherry of the New Music Alliance signing off.